Hello, everyone. So we are going to make these beautiful watercolor cards that you can give away for Christmas, for your greeting cards. I'm so inspired by all of these snowflakes. I've been making all kinds of other designs. For example, like these, I've put the snowflakes behind these gnomes. I've also put snowflakes behind these buildings. Both of these cards you can go on Skillshare and look up Jules Art Bender and learn how to make those there. I've got a link on my homepage here. And then here at YouTube, I've also made these guys, these Christmas trees, and then also these Christmas trees if you want ideas for more cards. But today we're going to do these snowflakes, which I think are so cute. And I've just decided to put them all over one card to showcase them. All right, so I'm going to leave these guys up here somewhere, maybe one here, and then another one maybe over this way. That way you can remember what it is we're going for. All right. So I've got two watercolor cards here. I've got them all. Oh, what's up, Bailey? Thank you. Super cute. I appreciate that. So I've got a couple cards sitting out here that I've already got washi taped off, and then I've put some scrap paper back behind it because I don't want to get the back of the cards all gooped up with stuff. Okay. Let's see on my colors. I hope you guys have watercolors with you. Also have some gel pens, silver, gold, white. I have, hello, drop my microphone. I've got some paintbrushes, various different sizes, flats, rounds. We'll just see what I use. Honestly, anything that I do, just please use what you have. Don't go out and buy more stuff. I know we all have like drawer full of art supplies. I'll also say for these snowflakes, if you have a paint pen, I got out my paint pens. I didn't do these with paint pens. I did them with gel pens and watercolor gouache, white watercolor gouache. But I think these would work fabulously also. So we'll give them a try. I tried to shake them up earlier for us. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes. And, while we're getting things set up and while you guys are getting your cards taped off and whatnot, I just want to say I had a couple setbacks today, and I just have to keep telling myself not just to move forward, but, successful people do regularly what regular people do occasionally. And I just remind myself of that. And when you feel like you're stuck in a rut, tell yourself that, push forward, and I promise you will get back out of this world what you put into it. I wholeheartedly believe that. All right, let's get going. I'm all crooked. Okay, so what we want to do is get a lot of water. We're going to make the backgrounds first. So we want to get a lot of water on our brush. And I did not clean my water bad. I've got two water things here. I usually have one dirty, one clean. So the dirty one is dirty. I do have this one clean mostly. So I'm going to go ahead and wet both cards with this really clean stuff. I know you guys sit down to paint and you're like, dang it, man. I've got I've got dirty water and I'm lazy and I just want to paint. Well, just go for it. It creates nice shades of gray sometimes. I love a good excuse to buy more art supplies too. Okay, so I'm going to pick a different color than these two. I was thinking like oranges and yellows, but honestly, I want the silver and the white to show up. So let's try greens and blues, like a greeny blue. Okay, so I'm going to start with just a mid-tone, lots of water on my brush. I'm just picking a random color of green, and I'm going to scribble a few places. I'm not going to cover all of the white, okay? I also have a nice rag over here because I'm messy. So I'm going to just do something like this, okay? And I might go over that place one more time. Usually choose 3 places. Let it go off of the page just a little bit. And then I'm going to go to another color. So let's go to like this blue. Again, it doesn't matter what colors I'm using, just any blue you have, any green you have. And I'm going to hit the parts that I haven't painted on yet. So I'm going to make sure my brush has got more pigment on it than that and get some of these places that are just all white. Okay. I'm going to let this sit and I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. I'm going to rinse my brush, make sure all this is nice and wet. I don't care about that little hue of color. I'm going to make this one more. Ooh, what color should we do? Bailey, what do you think? I need something that the snowflakes are going to show up on. I love this turquoisey color, this aquamarine color. I just can't help myself, right? Isn't that beautiful? Pinks and reds. Oh, I just, of course, I chose something. I'm going to try to swing it. Let's see if I can do, ooh, let's do something crazy. How's that make you feel? I didn't even know I was going to go there. Okay, so this is my favorite technique. Yes, I know it does look pretty good. All right, so I'm going to wad up my rag and I'm going to do this blot thing. And it really doesn't matter if I go on the same spot right now because it's all kind of the same color, but I am just going to twist my wrist so it creates different patterns on the card itself. All right, I'm going to do it again. That way it's not so regular. Wow, that looks like a kaleidoscope already. That's really pretty. I like it. So let's go back to our brush. And this, I don't want to make mud over here, although this is kind of turning into a nice little purpley color. So maybe I can use that to my advantage. Let's go, where's my purple? Let's go here. I need to spray some of this down too. I always carry a spray bottle. Not carry. I don't carry it around. It's on my desk. So I usually have a spray bottle and I spray all my stuff down. That way when I want to color, it's just ready to go and I don't have to fight with it, right? Okay. Oh, look, I got stuff from my rag there. You know, these things happen. Don't sweat it. Okay. All right. The purple. So I'm going to take the purple and I'm going to go in between, I think, where these colors come together. That's very pretty. And then maybe a little down here. And then, okay, so it's very lopsided purple this side. So what do I need to do? I need to come back up to this corner and weight it out. Okay. So just design-wise, that keeps your eye moving around the page. I've rinsed my brush. And now I'm going to hit, this is a fully loaded brush with water. Lots of water on my brush. And now I'm going to kind of come in and feather the edges some. But I'm not going into that green, right? And then I'm going to come and blot again. And I'll start to be able, the more I do this and the more I layer, the more I'll be able to see different colors come up from underneath. All right, so we're going to keep bouncing between. This is why I like doing two cards. I really don't have to wait for them to dry. Or if I do have to get out my heat gun, it's something that's happening super fast. So, all right, let's go. I don't know which blue this is. This looks ultramarine. This looks more phthalo. I come in here. I've still got a lot of water on my brush, right? Because I can see the paper through that. Just hitting a few areas. I usually hit like 3 areas, right? 1, 2, 3. Keeps things irregular. And you've noticed I haven't really touched the paper a whole lot either, you guys, right? I mean, that's like, this is a wild berry pop. Yes, totally. I love it. It also reminds me of like those galaxy things that people do with those colors. Yeah. I'm liking it though. I'm liking it a lot. So let's see. I'm going to blot just a little bit more on this one. See what that, I mean, that just does so much for me. All right. So it does 2 things. It's picking up the water where it's pooling, right? But more importantly, these little places where you see the paint has lifted off, it's creating a barrier. It's creating a barrier so that all this other area that's got water on it, it's like a dam. It won't flow that way anymore. So it kind of keeps it in its little container and it can still spread out, right? So I'm going to come back over here. Look at that. Ooh, that's so pretty. And if I feel like edges are getting too rough, like this one, I mean, I am seeing a lot of variation, but I know I'm going to put another layer on top of this also. So this is a really good time to let things dry. You'll notice I haven't really muddied the colors either. Like once I pick those 1, 2, 3 places for the green, 1, 2, 3 for the green, I went around it with the purple and pink. I went around it with the blue, and that kind of keeps everything a little more vibrant and lively with your colors if you find that you have muddy colors happening. All right, so I've got my little heat gun out, right? This thing, Hercules, 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 right? That's a good name for it. So I'm just going to dry this really quick. I know it's going to get loud just for a second, but that way I can move on. These cards are super easy. So you'll find I could have easily done 2 more while I'm doing these 2. I love a little assembly line when I'm making my cards. I'm doing a terrible job of keeping this dry back here also. I should have put my painter's tape down. I got too eager, but I do have a roll of blue painter's tape that I could tape back behind here. And then that way it would protect the back of the cards, right? Okay. So I find if I dry underneath them also, that really helps. Bailey, do you have a heat gun? Do you use a heat gun or a blow dryer? Or anybody out there, anybody else here with us? If you are, please chime in with the chat. I would love for you to talk to us. Okay, those are dry. That's looking good. All right, and they've kind of curled up a little bit. No, you don't. So yeah, the heat gun is a game changer. Oh my gosh. It was so quick. How long did I have that on? Maybe 30, 40 seconds. It is a good Christmas idea. I actually told Richard the other day that you might need one. So everybody out there, if you don't have a heat gun, please get one because that was like super fast, right? Okay, so I've got some painter's tape now. I'm getting frustrated with what's happening. So here's my solution. Okay. Because I am going to put some more down on the back for the background on these because they're not dark enough, right? I mean, look how dark we've got these guys going. So let's do a little bit more. All right, so lots of water on the brush again, right? And I'm going to go back to some of these. I want this one to be like a hot pinky thing happening. And I think with that red accent, maybe we can turn it a little bit. So I've got a lot. Oh, baby, I got a lot of pigment on my brush. Look at that. It's chunked up, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go 1. I'm not going to cover the green. 2, 3. Okay, back to the water, and I'm going to feather the edges. And then I can blot. See, and I didn't go over. I didn't cover everything, right? So see how that's like just intensifying it, but you can still like see the purple coming through underneath. So I'm rinsing my brush and then doing the edges one more time just to get rid of a little bit of the harshness. Taking care to go around that green right there. A little bit of blot so it doesn't pool, and I'm going to leave that alone and come back over here. So I usually go back and forth like 3 or 4 times before I feel like I've got enough on it. But I really like this. See how it's pooling right there? Let's get that. All right. So yeah, I really like how it kind of kaleidoscopes together and keeps the integrity of what's underneath it. My washi tape is not very sticky, so if yours comes up, please massage it back down. And I know I have a lot of paint back there. It's okay. I'll try to fix it later. I can come back with just a wet brush and massage it in and then blot it up. Here's some more pooling right there. Just a little blot. Okay, let's get back over to this guy. Like I said, I love this color. I don't know what it is about this color, but I want more of it. So we're going to go here. 1, 2, and then like a horseshoe 3. So you'll notice I do the same things over and over again. I usually pick 3 areas, rinse my brush, lots of water. Now I'm coming back and doing the edges. Feather the edge one time. Like I'm just going around it one time. It's not like I'm sitting there and massaging it, right? Okay. Left some of it empty from what was there before, and now I'm blotting. And look at that. You can still see the ultramarine blue through it. I see this line right here, which I don't care for, so I'm going to come and massage that line. And see that disappeared. This line. Blot, blot, blot. Lovely. We're getting there. So I want to go back to more of that ultramarine blue. And this is such, to me, this is such a light pigment, or at least the set that I have. And the Kuretake, that's what most of these are. That's what most of these are. And so I love them. I really do. But like my Opera Pink, my Daniel Smith neutral tint, my white is like whole bean or Daniel Smith, like I said. Love those. And then the rest of this Kuretake set is amazing. Okay, so lots of ultramarine. And now I'm coming back to the cooler areas, these lighter ultramarine areas. 1, 2. This one kind of got a little off. We'll just do that. I think that's enough. Rinse. Get the edge just a little bit. And we'll blot. Okay, and now it's time to dry again, and then we're going to make them just a little bit darker, and then we should have arrived. So we're almost there. It's funny how with the heat gun on it, they get really cold to the touch before they get dry. And of course, now that I've taped it down, it's harder for it to dry because I can't quite lift it up. Although, let's see what I can do. I've got it underneath there. Let's do that. That's going to help some. Yep, this one's good to go. And I'm going to put the tape back down. It's starting to come up again. So yeah, we just need one more level. And I think the purple is going to get this guy. And then maybe, heck, even a purple or that indigo. Ooh, let's go indigo. Let's see, that's getting towards this part again. Kind of wanted it different though. All right, that's good on that. All right. Yeah, these greens and blues really, I guess, do remind me of a winter sky and whatnot. I love this indigo color. So let's go for that. I know it's remarkably the same as this other one, but that's okay. Okay, indigo. And I'm going to go kind of here. 1, 2, and 3. A little bit here, because that was an empty area. Want to balance it, remember? So I want this to be my last level. So I'm really trying to load my brush. I might even put this indigo over here. I think that would be really pretty. Okay, so I've rinsed my brush. See how I'm starting to get these harsh edges? So I'm going to come back. Isn't it funny? We're doing the same thing over and over again. Getting the edge, rinse the edge. Okay, and then we're going to blot. So making these darker areas and lighter areas, it just really helps with when we start placing the snowflakes in there, because it gives it a nice background, you know, to have some of that darker area. And now I'm just popping in some color. But it helps it so that your brain can read that, oh, this is snowflakes that I'm looking at or whatever. Okay. All right, that looks good. Okay, let's get back over here. I get some purple. And what did I say? I said indigo also, right? Really, I think I want the purple on the inside of this pink again. I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to go to the indigo, pop some up here, just to the off side of these purple areas. That's cool. Rinse, feather the edges. And blot. Beautiful. I think I want to extend or get some of this green back in it. And we're going to blot. Just when I place these colors, I just place them in areas so that your eye moves around. Because what happens is your brain wants to find other like colors to match it to. So immediately, you know, my brain's going in this diagonal pattern. Okay, let's go back over here. I think I'm going to use some of my neutral tint. Look how dark that is. Wow. All right, I committed. Come to the edge. This is me trusting the process, y'all. Water, edge, edge, edge. And this is what's so great about this color is you can still see the integrity of the colors underneath it. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. It does. Because then look, it's all kind of going back out together and it's creating this like cloudiness. Very cool. Okay, this one really needs to dry some. No, it's getting shiny. Shiny and regular. Okay, so I'm suddenly not liking it. This is my stepchild right now because I have 5 areas of black and I just feel like it's a cross. It's a tic-tac-toe. I don't care for that. So I'm going to try to lift one up. That doesn't bother me as much. And then I'm going to go to that purple. 2 and 3. And blur. This one got really muddy, but you know what? Sometimes when they dry and we put all this other stuff on top of it, it might look better. This one I'm liking a whole lot. Just not sure what happened to this one. So now I'm just messing with it more. Okay, that might be it. Like, I have to tell myself to stop, right? Just stop, Julie. Okay. Stop it. Okay, so now I don't like the white area in the middle. All right, let me get the heat gun to this, and we are going to move on with our lives. Okay, so that was about 25 minutes, 20 minutes of messing with this, and we can begin to build our snowflakes. Okay, so real quick, this one is light right here, so I really do want to fix that. So I'm going to put just a little bit more of something down. Isn't it funny how this one I thought I wasn't going to like it because we started with the green and went pink, but now it's my favorite one. Let's see if we can turn this one into our favorite one now. Usually everything goes through the uglies, right? I mean, truly it does. So same thing. And then I'm going to blot. Already that's better for me. And I'm going to get these edges just the slightest bit more. All right, finished drying. I'm going to begin to take the tape up too, I believe. Oh, my tape, yeah. This brand of tape I used is not very sticky. It got kind of messy. I think they look nice though, right? So all this stuff, like I said, I'll show you how to take care of it. You can just get a wet brush and massage the paper. And get it to come up. All right, nice. I hope your cards look nice and stained glass looking. So even though I wanted things a little different, which I think they are, because this one's got like green in it, like the limey green in it. This one's got more pinks and purples. This one's got the turquoise. This one's a little deeper. I think they turned out really nice, and they're all a little unique. So just tidying up this a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can get this paint pen to work, because I think that would be a lot more quick than trying to use my white gouache. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm in business. So the trick to the snowflakes, I think really is just composition. So here you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big snowflakes. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big snowflakes, maybe a 6, but they're equally, you know, different from each other. And that's the goal, in different sizes and in different places. So I try to pick like one of the darker areas. So like this is a really darker area here. So I think that would be a great focal point for one of these snowflakes, right? Okay. So I'm just going to pull a line down. Wow, I'm loving this. This is so much easier than the paint. Okay, so usually I go in the big ones, I'm either going to do 8 or 10 spokes. So let's do 8 right here. So I can do a cross, and then I'm going to cross the cross. And then I just have to be creative with what I want to do. So maybe I make little V's on the end of each one. And then a ball in the middle. And okay, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to pull one more line up to the top of that. And I'm going to go every other one this time. So I find it easiest for me if I go out to in. And so let's see. Now I'm going to, I don't know, maybe make a little cage thingy right here. Maybe I'll dot the end of these. Pull 2 more sets of lines on those. And then maybe make a triangle here or a square. Beautiful. All right, let's do another one. Okay, so of course on this one, you can tell I use the gel pens. It's a lot more fine. This one was the watercolor paint, and then I gel penned on top of it. And then this is the paint pen. So you can see they each carry their own different, feeling to it. This one's a lot more delicate than these other two, but I think this one's going to be beautiful because then what I'm going to do is go on top of this with some of the silver gel pen, and that really makes it pop. Okay, so I'm going to pull another line off of each side. Maybe we'll do that. Just trying to fill in the space. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so moving on. Let's do a 6-spoked. Okay, we'll do circles on the end of this one. And then let's see. Let's just do 3. Okay. That one's kind of simple. I feel like it needs something else. Maybe just another dot here. Okay. And then a smaller one here. See, this is a nice dark area for this one here. Okay. All right, so what else? Let's put, I need to get out something else. Let's do this gold one. And, well, actually, I'm going to start putting these larger snowflakes randomly out. See, I think I'm going to go back on top with some pearlescent something on top of these dots. They're just not really holding up very much. Oops. I guess that's the problem with the paint pen. See how much paint that put out? I got kind of crazy. Okay, so see how this is just a big pool, big bubble? So I'm going to go back to it like a well and just whiten all these other dots that really were kind of lackluster. So I'm making it work for me. There we go. All right, I like it. Then I can put, let's see, some gold ones. And I really am doing the same thing, just doing some spokes, working my way around. It's just a matter of taking the time and, you know, just kind of zoning out. And when you do it to one, do it to the others or do it to every other, just for some variety. I love these little ones. I love it when it's just a bunch of dots around them. I think it makes it really delicate. Delicate looking. All right, so 1, 2. Let me find my cap to this. 1, 2. I want another one. Maybe here. And then I can do just little guys. So really, you can do as much or as little as you want to on these cards. I just find, of course, the more you go around and adorn, the more fun it is, the more you get out like some gold paints, some pearlescent paints, and have fun. Okay, so I'm going to move this up here. I'll take the small paint guy and come over here to this golden color. I can just dot. Ooh, isn't that fantastic? Love how each brand and each different one has a different sheen to it, has a different property, different colors. So it's just different from brand to brand. Okay, that's that. That's looking lovely. Okay, let's go with that silver gel pen, and I'll show you what I'm talking about over here. Can you see that? This thing is just going to start lighting up. I'm just going over each one of the white marks we made. I'm not really being precious with it. If I get outside the lines a little bit, it's really not a big deal. Did all that one, this one. See how that just shimmers just a little bit more? I think that's fantastic. So I'm at least going to hit the main spokes on these other guys. Though I think it does pay to do it all. You know, and the more of these you do, you'll know what you want to do and what you don't, or how much time you have to spend. If I didn't have a whole lot of time, I probably would have stopped already. But I think it's just so pretty to embellish them. So let's keep going with this card and finish this one out because I'm just having so much fun with it. So now I've got this pearlescent white color, and I'm going to hit all these white snowflakes, these big ones. Paint might be not dry yet. That's okay. I go back and get these dots around this one. Love that. Okay, let's go on to this other one. All right, and what kind of feel do I want on this one? I think I'm going to use the silver gel pen, and we're going to do more delicate over here, I guess. Can you see that? I don't think I want that. I want something thicker. I got this guy. This is a Clean Color Dot by Zig, and it's a metallic. It's really nice. You just have to store it horizontally. Okay, so I'm going to do one with 8. Okay. All right, 8. I feel like it's getting gray. It's pretty gray. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go to my watercolor. Do we have time? 9:13. Yeah, I think I've got time. I think I can have this done in the hour. So yeah, the painting takes obviously a little bit longer because you have to massage, you know, the paint that you're using. I'm going to go over this because it's just so light. Or so dark, rather. I want to make it light. See, that's better already, right? And there's just something about the quality that the paint and the paintbrush brings that the pen doesn't have. It's a little more irregular. I think it's more interesting. I think I like it better. Put this card back over here. All right. But you might have to go over it once or twice, especially if the paint is thin and things are graying out. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put dots. Doing 3 little V's on every other one. Reload my brush. And then I'm going to come pull a very large one and a smaller one underneath it. Large one, smaller. Large, smaller. Large, smaller. That looks lovely. I like that one a whole lot. Okay, get some more water. Okay, and I roll my brush to get a nice tip on it. All right, so where to next? We're going to put one. We're going to put a really big one right here. And I'm going to do 10 spokes. So there's 2. And yeah, I'm just freehanding it, you know, and if these are handmade cards, they're not going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. So let's see, let's cross here. This one's going to be more like 12. Wow. I don't know if I've done a 12 before. All right, let's go for it. I mean, why not? I'm going to put the circles on the end of this one. I like that 1960s kind of vibe. Or is that, yeah, it's 60s. I think my grandparents had a clock that looked like this. And if they didn't, they should have. All right, and then, yeah, let's see. Let's do the big V. Every other. And then bring it in. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. I have to say this is probably the biggest one I've made on a card. Okay, now what? Let's see. Let's just do little guys. Okay. Got a little sloppy up there. I could take care of that. Let's do that. Really big blot. So yeah, I just wet my brush, got the area wet, and then pulled off the paint that I didn't want and moved on with my life. Yeah. Okay. Okay, last one of that size. I'm going to put it right down here. This one's going to have 6. Okay. And then dots. Okay, I like that one. And let's actually do a couple more. I'm going to do one right here in this dark. And then maybe one here. Okay, let's go for the gold. And then we'll come back with the white snowflakes. So yeah, you can do these in any order that you want to. It's whatever moves you at the moment. Let's see. Do a 4-pronged one here. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. I think I really like the pink and the green. I think that looks really good. I'm actually really surprised, and I think it is my favorite one. Okay, and then how about up here? Now I'm doing little cross hatches. Okay, and then I can get the paint back out. So we're going to get the white and do some big flaky guys, big snowflakes, just dots. Yeah, I think these turned out really well. And honestly, if you've taken some of my other classes, like the abstract watercolor backgrounds, this is just another application for that. If you haven't had that class, please go back and look for it and take it, because it really goes through the techniques of how to get some really interesting things going on in your backgrounds. Because I used to get really frustrated when I would spend so much time on a focal piece, on a focal point, like say it was a bird or just what have you, just flowers, something singular. And I would get to the end of it and I would always be disappointed because I didn't have a background that looked good. And when I always would try to go around it, with whatever colors I had, it just never looked right. It never seemed to be sewn together in the way that I wanted it. Okay, so now I'm getting some gold. I'm going to drop some dots in. Wow, that is such a bright gold. I love it. I love it. Okay. See, I'm so glad I did this with you guys tonight because I'm feeling better already. Getting out of my funky mood I was in. Realizing you get what you repeat, and that will define your future success. You just got to keep digging in. You got to keep rinsing and repeating, rinse and repeat, and you will make progress. All right, so I'm going to go back to my gel pen silver and hit some of this. Ooh, that does wonders for this. Just having that little bit of sparkle shine through. Trying to watch my hands so that I don't drag it across wet paint. Okay, and then all these little V's. Oh, that's so nice, Bailey. I agree. She said that this is a peaceful and relaxing project, and especially that you can give it away as a gift at the end. Just really, gosh, that's a gift knowing that I'm giving that gift to you guys. I think it's so much better to teach you guys how to do this than try to sell you a card. I want you to be proud of the art that you make. I know you can do it. It's just, honestly, most of the time, it's just about having the time to do it, right? It's just about digging in and setting aside that hour for yourself. I mean, gosh, it's therapeutic. I know it's therapeutic for me. Something about playing with the colors and seeing them on the page, seeing it take shape, seeing a final product. We're going to go back to the pearlescent right now. And I'm going to go back and hit those dots again. Remember, we hit the white snowflakes. And I'm going to go back to some of these dots. Yeah, I hope you guys have followed along. And if you haven't, I hope I inspired you to make some of your own snowy Christmas cards. And you could even take it to the next level and do some lettering on them and say, like, let it snow or Merry Christmas, and then arrange your snowflakes around it. You are so welcome. I'm so glad you guys tuned in and enjoyed this class. I mean, look at that sparkle, just turning it in the light different ways. I just love it. So, yeah, go in the community section in the comments and let me know what you thought of this class. I'd love to make more for you guys. And hey, I've got a wet brush right here. I'm going to try to do this as I'm talking. But if you, yeah, go to the community section and comment on something. I'll open up a little discussion about this project. And let me know what other cards you want to see. I want to continue going through December, making different Christmas cards for you guys, at least for the next week, to help everybody get ready for the holiday season. See how I just put water on that, massaged it a little bit, and then blot, 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 and it lifted it up mostly. Not all the way, but mostly. Okay. All right. Cheers, you guys. Y'all have a good evening. And thank you so much. And tune in next time. And I'll see you later. What a wonderful holiday art bender this has been. I'm Jules, and have a good one.